He started doing them, but even the concept and the idea of them doing it and then setting up a test one was enough to get the whole of the world's press talking about that as an idea and get everybody excited and keep everybody engaged with Amazon. Tinder. So Tinder had a bunch of launch parties as well when they're first starting, physical parties that they'd invite celebrities to, things like that. Also, the way Tinder started, they went to college campuses in the US. They had like the boys' house, the girls' house. They picked the best looking people from each one, get them to sign up. That's how it started. Uber ice cream, I think this is from Australia, is that right? They had like free Uber ice cream day.
They had free puppies.
Free puppies as well. Yeah.
When there was bad news going on.
Okay.
Yep.
That's perfect, yeah. That's a good example of that. And this was a guy who needed to get a job, and he was tired of just emailing off his resume and not hearing anything back, so he actually decided to go and hand deliver some donuts, and inside each packet of donuts was his CV. This was a naked protest done outside the banks in London for transferwise.com, which is Richard Branson's invested in this. It's a way to save people money transferring money abroad. This is a little case study. This is something I did back in London. It was like for Bitcoin balloons. So, just briefly, Bitcoin is a digital currency. If somebody doesn't know, I was working for an exchange which is called Rulo.io, which allowed transfer from fiat currencies, which was real money, into Bitcoins and vice versa. And it was a competitive, saturated market already. So, what did we do? We tried to understand the product, the users, and the marketplace. In this case, the product was a Bitcoin exchange in a saturated market, and the users, they're kind of, I don't know, techie people. They're big fans of Reddit. That's kind of where they spend a lot of their time. So then we wanted to define the success and the objectives. So we wanted to build trust, humanize the Bitcoin exchange, get brand exposure, obviously sign-ups and users as well. So next step. And this is a good little tip for people. If you've got a challenge or you've got a business objective, share it with creative people in a creative environment. Be really open about what your objectives are as a company, and often people will just give you really cool ideas. So I was speaking to my boss about it. He's a guy that came up with the Times iPad app and stuff, so he was one of the innovators in that space. And we came up with an original plan, which was one weather balloon with a GPS tracker on it, and then we'd have £1,000 worth of Bitcoin. We'll create a microsite so people can track it as a kind of like trail across Europe or whatever. Obviously there's like a few issues with that, so there's like FAA regulation, there was the chance it would land in the sea, all sorts of issues like that. So we went to focus on ROI and speed. Instead, we came up with party balloons. So instead of one, we have 50 smaller party balloons, each with £20 worth of redeemable vouchers on them. We went to Hyde Park when there was a easterly wind, which would send the balloons over Shoreditch and Hackney, all the sort of techie areas. But we still had that PR-friendly £1,000 figure. So each balloon was more likely to be found, because there's more of them. There's a bigger potential reach, and most of the balloons are actually unclaimed, meaning that we didn't even need to spend that money. So, next steps, plan. So we announced the launch 1 week before and several times in the run-up across various channels. Made sure that we branded the balloons, create some really clear calls to action on them. So there's like a little thing saying tweet your picture with this balloon to claim £20. And pre-launch stuff. So this is actually what we did before we even launched the balloons. We just announced it on Reddit Bitcoin, and it got to the front page of Reddit Bitcoin just from the announcement. So, as a little tip, like obviously you want to build trust with your audience, but if you just want to find something, get some attention quickly, you don't even need to necessarily do the thing, as long as you get people talking about it. So you could potentially, if you're a little bit tricky or tricksy, just do that. But obviously that's not good for long-term brand building. So, we're actually from that as well, we got hundreds of sign-ups, so we'd even accomplished what we wanted to do before the event. We had a video explaining the stunt, prize. Then we wanted to amplify the offline reach digitally, so there's little cards here. People would like tweet themselves with a picture of that and the balloon. We live tweeted the location of the launch, expected wind and trajectory. We filmed the launch, we used Periscope, which was a thing at the time. And this is an example of someone who's found one. Put the little picture in. And then we partnered with this company called ChangeTip who had like hundreds of thousands, but like not hundreds, but 20,000 followers on Twitter, all focused in the Bitcoin area. And every time someone claimed a prize, it would go through their main Twitter account as well, so you'd get double exposure to a really good audience. So it's good to partner up with different people who are kind of relevant to what you're doing. And we also did this thing with the Bitcoin only photographer, it's a lady called Abby Scarlett. So then it amplified through her network as well. And she's got loads of good coverage as well on proper news channels and stuff. So, these were the results, hundreds of sign-ups, exposure in relevant circles. The founders asked to talk at Europe's biggest fintech event. Then they pivoted the exchange to form Settle.io. The next former chairman, Barclays, then joined. Now they're working with Deloitte and Metro Bank, so they were happy. So, quick offline marketing wins. Use your USP, whatever that is for your specific business. For me, I'm running CoworkSurf, which is like a little co-working space in Portugal. And I thought I'd send an invite to this guy at Unilab, which has got the most engagement on Facebook in terms of videos. I said, just come for a free trip. And he's like, yeah, cool. So hopefully he'll be there in April. And he said, I said, no worry, like no need to do a mention or anything, but he said he's probably happy to do some promo on his platforms anyway, so it's kind of like win-win. So use your USP, whatever it is. Ours was a physical space. Other things you can do, go to events, talk at one, so especially if you're a developer or something, talk at different events that might not necessarily be related to your field, so you might go and speak at an architecture event or speak at an event for medical people or something like that, because they're not going to be saturated with our developers, it's going to be fresh people with potential clients, all that sort of stuff. You can also sponsor it as well, like beer and pizza is always cheap. This is something he did at Glastonbury Festival. It's called Mobile. They just did free Wi-Fi hotspots, and obviously creating something that's physical in there helps create engagement. And it was a new brand at the time, so they wanted to increase exposure. Printed merchandise. So this is an example as well, a t-shirt. Also, I was thinking I'd get some like cards and give you all a free breakfast at Nano Bowls, but there was loads of people that signed up, so I was like, I can't afford that. But you could, if you're in a place for a while and you want to have a slightly more engaging business card, you don't necessarily need to do something. You can partner up with a local place, and then that's like a good reason to start talking and chatting, and then get it work through that way. These are t-shirts. I went out around to Crate Cafe with some of my friends. We've got like Instagram things, so it's better following there. You could do stunts. This is an example of something that someone could do. I thought it might be interesting to do a yoga and coding workshop, especially in Bali. So you could like partner up with like a yoga school if you're a developer. That's an idea. And benefits of Bali. So we've got a really good community. So everybody that's around us, like you've probably got all the skills and stuff that you need like in this room. Like just a quick, like what does everyone do? What kind of stuff do you work on?
I'm working on PR and social media.
Yeah, sweet. And
nutrition.
Nutrition.
Predominantly,
Cool.
nutrition.
Online soft clothing.
That's like Instagrams, but for musicians.
Interesting musicians. Like even just those 4 people are like a huge mix of really interesting stuff. So just imagine what else is here. So that's human capital Dojo. Big Instagram accounts obviously here. Loads of people come to super scenic. There's like really nice, interesting brands that are doing relevant stuff like Deus as well. It's like a really good form of like the free tattoos and stuff. Gets so many people talking and saying, okay, blah blah blah. It's relatively cheap and it's like, okay, time for an exercise, group exercise. So, what we want to do really is have a think about how we can do like a little PR stunt or campaign for your businesses, and we want to do it as a group, okay? So I've got you guys to write a few things down in the house earlier. Have a think and look at these words and like try and keep them top of mind during the rest of this exercise, okay? The bold, memorable, involving community, taboo, unusual, outrageous, hilarious, remarkable. You don't necessarily need to do all of them, but like pick one that might be interesting. Group up. Okay. So, form groups of, I said like 4 to 6, I wasn't 100% sure, but I think that should be good. Maybe like 5 or 6, groups of 5 or 6. If you're just like telling us like the people around you, and then just self-form into groups, you know.
What did we write?
1, 2, 3.
So earlier we had like an object and a location.
Okay.
Second one from that group.
But it doesn't like we should have right now in the groups, what we're going to do, and then we're going to
What exactly? So I think we're just grouping it up right now. Okay.
Okay, now we're in the groups. I think you're already doing this, you're doing introducing yourself, so sorry for stopping that. But just say one work thing you do and one maybe like one hobby. So carry on doing certain stuff.
My hobby would be
So I actually do yeah, September.
Guys, do you want to pass that around and take one at random view for each group?
For us. I didn't read it.
And then pass it around to one for each group.
Yeah. Is it English? Excuse me, we have another one. We have another.
What did you get?
I can't read that.
One job.
Yeah, I'll send it back to you. Yeah, just one, so you've got one of each. Yeah, one from the blue, one from the red.
but there's nothing in it. Sorry.
So what do you guys got? Did you still need one?
No, we got one.
I think you guys have got one. So you should have one from the blue, one from the red. So you have one on here, one.
Well, that's all.
Do you need a location?
It's one meant to be a place.
Yeah, once you replace it, once you get the physical item. I've got two things. I got two new plates. Everyone's short on places. There should be places in their second place.
Yeah, let's assume it's the same.
Even though it's not a place, just imagine it's a place. So let's just say it's a rocky beach. Rocky beach. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to...
No, we can't. That's all we got.
Just quickly, guys. Alright. So you guys should have like a location? Yeah, and you guys should have a thing. Yeah. Each group has got those two things, right? Okay, perfect. So, using those two items, or sorry, that item and that place, come up with a bold, memorable, or emotive thing or stunt that you could do with the thing in the place. Now, if you go off on a tangent and change the thing slightly or change the place slightly, that's fine. But just for inspiration, and don't worry about selling anything, forget about your own businesses, just do something, have a think, what the most interesting thing, attention-grabbing thing you could come up with that involves that thing and that place. Okay?
Keep it in the sea.
What should we say?
I would
That's quite interesting to see whoever climbs the first 50, 100 meters to climb the range.
You're all marketers, come on. At the same time, it can
Another 20-30 seconds. Everybody got a few ideas? Like one word.
Are you going
Okay, guys, so I'm going to stop you now. When you keep thinking about it, I'm going to go through each group. And if you can share what your object was, what your place was, and what your concept is, that'd be really good. Is anybody ready to go? And then I can pick for any groups. Yeah, okay, so starting off with three groups. So, three, what object did you have What location
We
do you have?
had Kiwi, and we think it's in the sea. It says in sea.
Okay.
So we kind of blended them together, and we thought about having like jelly wrestling, but Kiwi fruit wrestling.
Like a sea of kiwis.
Like a sea of kiwis and smearing wrestling.
I like it. I need a lot of kiwis. That's good. Sweet. Okay, so Kiwi wrestling, and then you guys also ready?
Right.
Yeah, we had dance floor and surfboard. So we were thinking of taking like a well-known dance routine like Gangnam Style or something like that, and basically crowdsource people to perform as much of it as they can on a surfboard on a wave with people filming it. So if you get 2 seconds before you work out, and then you kind of put the whole thing together.
That's a sick idea. I love it. Cool, nice one. All right, good.
We got a pen on some beach. Yeah. And we thought of nude models and people sketching them. So video clips of that, and I'm sure a lot of people will want to see that.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
And you guys?
We got a drone and a rocky beach,
Okay.
and we just had the idea that you can have the drone above and people on the beach just forming, I don't know, a word, a company
Yeah,
or
nice.
whatever, and just filming it. Yeah.
Cool. Sounds cool. It's definitely something you do in Bali, so like
Yeah.
the beaches.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. What about you guys?
So we had the phone and the place was Sikon and we didn't know what was it, so we invited a place which was Batukamu, the volcano.
Okay, yeah,
So the idea was to do a kind of chasse au trésor, how do you say?
Treasure hunt.
A treasure hunt.
Yeah.
So you can keep a phone but you have to climb and slowly you get the whole SIM card, the battery, the phone, and when you get up you got the whole phone.
That's great. This is so good, guys. Nice. Okay. Back.
Us. We had stones and ubud, and we were thinking about doing a treasure hunt also.
Yeah.
But the aim was to discover the places where we have been building stone towers.
Okay.
Because like ubud, yogi, everything. And yeah, that was the concept for now.
Sick. I like it. Nice one, guys. Okay. Some really good ideas. I've done everyone now. Sweet. Cool. So now we need to pick one team member. Because you've all done the intro, so you've all got a rough idea what each other do. Discuss their project or business objectives, so their specific project they might be working on it. So maybe if you are working on an actual online product or business, and some people will be, some people might not be, but maybe have a discussion between yourselves and just pick one of the group members that you all feel happy to translate that idea to their business. So just pick one member in your group now, and then we'll come to the next slide.
I don't know what's going
With their team member, you want to talk about their product marketplace and their users. So whoever that person is in each of their teams, talk about their marketplace and their users. Who are they? What kind of things do they like? Where are they online? You feel like your favorite hangout. It's like a little profile. But the one person in the group, their business and their users, people they're trying to reach. Just have a think about what kind of things they like, where are they?
Okay, so that's
like community, really.
So you're already going to be making money.
No, it's like this is not a this is like conference based, like
Now this is the challenging bit. How can you link your original concept with the two things to their business objectives?
Well, actually, I just received that today. So we have a so it's tropical episode. I haven't looked at palette experience, so I know it's with like blues and greens. I think we're still talking about like palm trees. It's not bad. So like, honestly, for me, it's like just like grab the favorite just like eating it like I don't know how that works. Maybe saying fire or something.
You're watching people like get
Yeah, that's not that anyway. It's like, hi, you're from England, you've never been to Kiwi for before. This is a good way to show you how because like, do you know how to do Kiwi food?
Okay, so we're gonna do this gonna be a recap of what everybody's up to. So if you could just refresh everybody on your object and your location, and now also explain to the rest of the group what project you're working on and how it all links together. Okay, you guys want to. So it doesn't have to be a fully formed plan, or do you need a bit more time? A little bit more time. Is anybody ready to
generalize seeds living
is anybody ready? Has got alright guys, so this is 4 seconds.
Someone and then
Bring your attention. Okay, so this group's just going to explain to everybody. 1 second guys, they're going to explain to everybody where they're up to. Okay. So, object location. Who are you working
So we're working with pens. We've changed our concept a little bit slightly.
Okay.
And we're doing my business, which is kimonos. So we're going to just have a series of models coming out in white kimonos, and everyone's got coloured fabric pens, whoever enters this little competition, and they're going to design on the fabric, and the one who wins gets a range made in their design.
Wow. Beautiful. Sounds good. Okay, nice. Is anybody? Okay, is anybody else ready to say something? You guys?
Yeah. So we have a drone and we have a beach, and we decided to do some live painting for artistic people. I mean, like. Massive 1 kilometer long live painting on the portrait of someone on the beach on the sand, and just like filming it with the drone as some sort of like event for artistic people, and just like using it for the social media.
Yeah. And who's does it relate specifically to one of your guys' businesses maybe?
Yeah, we're running a place and we are trying to bring people with different sort of skills together to share their...
What place are you running? Do you want me asking?
Joshua district is here in Bali.
Okay.
And, yeah.
So it's the plan to get great exposure for that business basically?
yeah, it's like the place where people can share the skills and experiences. I mean, like 1 week it could be like for tattoo artists, or another week could be like for people who are working online, just like sharing, like multi-function place in the middle of almost nowhere. Like,
cool.
Right.
So you want a campaign that's going to be interesting, because you've got quite a broad audience range, really, haven't you? You're going to need to come up with something that at least works for a few different people. Cool. So like a live painting, so what, like everybody on the beach naked, or what? Yeah, right. Sweet, cool. Next group. Do you guys need a little bit more time? Okay, and you guys are back?
Yeah, a little more time too.
A little bit more time?
We're gonna sync anyway, so we may as well just get it.
Alright, let's go.
We don't really have a refined idea. So our one was kiwi fruit, or kiwi in the sea.
Yeah.
We're setting up a digital marketing conference, so kind of a little tongue-in-cheek thing about showing like digital nomads, because our target market is digital nomads.
Yeah.
How to eat a kiwi fruit, because they probably come from places that don't have kiwi fruits, and like, hey, this is how you eat a tropical piece of fruit. So
I like it. And do you eat the skin sometimes?
Oh, I mean, I just like smear it in my mouth.
Yeah.
Like it's just the whole thing.
It was weird, like the first time you do it with the skin on. Like, I don't know if anyone's tried it, but it's actually right. It's the way to do it.
It's the way to go.
Yeah. Cool. Skin and everything. Alright, you guys?
We haven't really got a tight concept yet.
Okay, well maybe just a rough concept.
So we're doing it for my Discord, an app that I'm building, which is a school finder, which lets parents kind of find out about schools near them. So if they've got good performance or kind of good special needs, provisions, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we were trying to crowbar our somehow trying to
it can be challenging, right?
Using Mumsnet.
Okay. Which is a huge platform. They're so engaged on Mumsnet, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So what
Yeah,
no, okay, let's go.
Well, we were going to change the dance.
Is it time to be appealing to moms?
Mums.
Somehow.
Any suggestions? Like a good
surfer boys. I mean, surfer boys like macaroni.
Exactly where we went. So a wine dance we go with.
So for those groups that need a little bit more time, maybe just keep chatting for the next minute, and then for the other guys that have got a bit of an idea already, have a think about how you can save time and money on this concept to actually make it something that you could easily do. What kind of cost-saving things could you do, and time-saving things, and who would you need for the project, and how can you bring it towards the smallest team possible to be able to actually do this as cheaply and easily as possible. So just have a quick think about that as well. Yeah, now you've got hopefully like a general idea. Have a think about how you can optimize exposure as well. So would there be key points that you might be involved in
That's what saves on
you can be off so it's hopefully just to start a conversation. So yeah, sure.
it's difficult, which is you've got to have with a mobile phone.
So guys, we do a final round of guys. So where are we at? So the last group over there. Can you quickly talk about what your plan was?
Our plan was going to do with my clothing label.
Yes.
So it's just the logo.
What is that one? I've seen that.
Pine box.
Pine box. Okay, cool.
And so we're going to get small stones, laser engraved on the top of the logo.
Yeah.
And then on the back have a hashtag that we're going to use for the whole contest and just to do social media marketing with kind of the plan to link it through with that, but have directions. And you have to 24 hours to pass a stone on to somebody else. And then you hashtag every place it's been and where it's traveling to. And then the person that gets the best photo of it gets a free trip to Ubud.
That's quality. Nice. Well, yeah, I can do it. That's it. Cool. And then how are you going to save money on it? So I suppose it's pretty cheap, isn't it? Just the laser.
We started off worldwide, so we went from a worldwide trip to Ubud to just in Bali.
Okay, sweet. Perfect. Okay. And then you guys.
We sort of resolved it by completely changing the brief and getting rid of dancing and replacing it with parenting tasks like making a packed lunch on a surfboard or ironing a shirt on a surfboard.
Without fear of like assigning gender specific.
Yeah, we flipped it on parents. We'll be honest.
Yeah. Nice. And then how are you going to save money on it and how are you going to amplify it and make sure it gets exposure?
Exposure just through Mumsnet.
Mumsnet,
So you can find some top contributors who are pretty well trusted and get them to share it. And also maybe add some kind of a competition aspect, like they're going to be doing these things on a surfboard and then we're also going to be asking them to determine whether that's easier or whether it's also easier to surf but also to research the schools for their kids on the app.
Okay, nice.
Just kind of,
brings the link back. And then sometimes actually like with these stunts, like it's good to have a bit of a link, but it doesn't necessarily need to be too obvious. The main thing is to get people's attention. Once you're on there, you can kind of guide them to where you want, especially if it's your own microsite or something. So you can do with that what you want. So cool, nice. You guys.
We kind of got behind.
Yeah, we got a little bit behind.
That's okay.
So we saving a bit of money by limiting the amount of entries into this competition.
Yeah.
And then not every kimono will need a model that you can paint on. There'll just be a few models in kimonos for inspiration, and then you have your separate kimonos to paint on.
Okay, perfect.
And then I just thought that maybe there should be like a pre-entry, and the best designs are the ones that go into this part of the competition.
And that's going to create more of people talking about it, blah, blah, blah.
Yes, and then social media for the exposure.
Sweet. And any plans to like bring in like big Instagrammers or whatever? You could like bring in like people relevant to your target
yeah,
market?
that's where we fall behind you.
Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, perfect.
But
Sounds good,
that's
guys.
what you said it.
There you go.
Women,
Yeah.
okay.
Always good. Cool. And then you guys?
So we have a plan to invite some very famous but like noted artists, coming from outside and collaborate with some local artists or somebody from local to combine like the local tradition and somebody well known, and then use this collaboration of the space and somebody coming here to bring some new info.
That's really good because there's so much stuff in Bali. It's amazing. Like there's so much talent here as well. Like all those people have got a ridiculous amount of talent. So it's good that you're using it. Yeah, sweet, amazing. And then for keeping it cheap and then maximum exposure, any thoughts on that?
Well, we can use like the person can actually settle up for a while. Like for example, in the concept, they can stay there for free to use it like an exchange for.
Yeah, really good. Nice. Well done. Okay, and then you guys?
So we're doing for my product, which is called Clever Reply. It's a service that automates and manages all your comments on social media.
Okay.
So we're still doing the treasure hunt. So you have to post a comment to Clever Reply's page on Facebook, and then Clever Reply gives you clues on how to complete the treasure hunt.
Okay, cool. And then, so where's it going to be open to? Where's your focus? Where's your audience, I guess?
Adventure and extreme sports.
Yeah.
Like adventure and extreme sports people?
Yeah. And also we can link with all the agents that do the trips.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There are many.
Yeah, sure. Cool. Okay, sounds good. Is that looking ready, you guys?
Well, this kind of sucks, but yeah, okay.
Mangoes now?
Okay, let's do mango. So everyone's going to learn how to eat a mango online.
Yeah.
And the way we're going to leverage it is basically get our speakers to do it, and also our partners as well with our conference. So get their platforms engaged.
Cool. Yeah, and mangoes are pretty cheap. So. Yeah. That was pretty much it, and I hope this has been useful for you guys, just to show that sometimes when you get so focused on your own business or in your own mindset, you forget there's so many good people around you doing really interesting stuff, and also it's very easy to just think digital first, and sometimes it's nice just to force yourself to step back and come up with interesting ideas that way as well. But if you've got any questions or anything, I'm always happy to help. I'll be around. Email, or just go on my website. The email is joe@bitbybit.ca. Always happy to help. But yeah, there's so many other good guys that do amazing things there, so keep in touch with each other.
Nice. Thank you.
Sweet. Bedtime time.